Stoicism is bullshit. Fuck Marcus Aurelius. He gets no bitches. Don't waste your time reading a bunch of complicated aphorisms from an old ass man who lived thousands of years ago. It's a waste of time and it makes your life worse. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that back in the day I had an obsession with Stoicism, specifically Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Looking back on it, it was a little sus. But at the time, this book changed my life, and I'm glad I read it. But you might be surprised to find out that I haven't read a single Stoicism related thing in the last year and a half. Why? Because
reading Stoicism makes your life worse.
Okay, I'm being dramatic. Stoicism and any other self-help philosophy can make your life worse. Because I discovered the biggest issue me and countless others make when reading Stoicism or any other self-help philosophy. Most people read Stoicism or self-help to alleviate and get rid of their suffering. But reading this stuff and taking it as truth, as an ideal to live up to, can actually cause more suffering. The problem with having something to live up to is that if you don't live up to it, which you often don't, you become jaded. It causes another cycle of suffering. I didn't do my elaborate morning routine of breath work, meditation, cold showers, so now I'm mentally beating myself up all morning for being lazy and not doing what I'm supposed to do. I've created another layer, another cycle of suffering that will not only clog up my mental bandwidth, but it is also a complete distraction from the goal, which is to get work done, which is why I imagine people make morning routines. Anytime you adopt an idea, a belief, or a prescription, you're adopting the cycle of suffering and all of the issues that come along with it. This is why it's incredibly important to choose what you adopt and what you expose yourself to wisely. Everything in life comes at a cost, and the greatest cost of all is your time. I see it all the time in the self-improvement space. You adopt an idea of what's good or bad, and if you don't do the good thing, you create an internal conflict in your head where you beat yourself up for not doing it. In this case, you probably would have been better off just not adopting this idea to begin with, because you're just wasting more time beating yourself up over this new thing which you didn't even implement, so it didn't even change your life. And you could say, oh well, if I implement it, it'll change my life. Maybe, but if you would have just done the thing to begin with, you didn't add this extra step, you would have just gotten there already. The more I understand my emotions, the more I understand myself, and the more I understand the world, the more stoic I become as a result. Not because I'm forcing stoicism onto myself, but because in understanding the way things are, it allows me to arrive at these conclusions naturally on my own, which is much more powerful than trying to aspire to them and take them at face value. I can meditate for hours a day, I can fast until I'm starved and skinny, and I can recite the mantras of the Buddha. But doing none of these won't make me the Buddha. In the same way, if I followed a billionaire's morning routine, it won't make me a billionaire. Because the truth is that these routines and habits are the effects, not the cause of his success. There's something deeper that they understand that is the cause of their success, and the cause of these routines, it's further upstream than these routines. This idea that we've been sold and that I was bought into for years, that if you just copy your routine, you'll copy someone's success, is nonsense, because the routine and the success, the cause of them is way further upstream. It's not the routine. To point to these routines and extrapolate causation to them is perhaps the dumbest thing we've all been told. In fact, after walking away from Stoicism and not reading any of it for the last year or two, going back to it, I have a deeper appreciation for it and can actually truly understand much more than ever before. It's because the prerequisite understanding is there, because I have the life experience and understanding to match it. I'm no longer just listening to it, taking their word, and trying to force myself to live up to these ideas. I'm no longer jerking off Marcus Aurelius over here and Seneca over here and saying, yes, give me all of that stoicism, and just accepting it for what it is and assuming it's correct. I'm challenging it against my own experience. I'm able to appreciate it now because now it matches my experience, and the more I understand about myself and the world, the more stoic it's made me as a result, so I can relate to these writings a lot more. I'm understanding them on a deep level. And by reading the words and not forcing myself to immediately live up to them, I can see the words for what they really are, truly understand them, and actually get more out of it. And it makes them all the more impactful now. Now, I know this video is a bit rambly and I'm not even sure I phrased what my thoughts are in a way that makes sense, but this is just the thoughts and wave I'm on right now when it comes to Stoicism and honestly self-help in general. Maybe it gives you something to think about. Maybe you think I'm an idiot. Either way, it's fine. I'm not going to always be right, and I will constantly change my mind and perspective on things. If you look back at the videos on this channel, you'll notice that I contradict a lot of things I said in old videos a lot, and that's part of the fun of making these videos. I can look back at my most popular video, my morning routine video, and cringe at how stupid and what a monumental waste of time all of that was and how much of a difference it didn't make. I get to document what my thoughts and feelings are at any particular time and see how they evolve. It's a fun journey, and if you want to stick around for it, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. If you found this valuable, be sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, where I share all of these lessons in bite-sized pieces.